Hello, it's Ricardo, and you've guessed it, I'm still playing Elite Dangerous. Well, you find me today in the Alshat system. Now, the Alshat system has got a fantastic sort of indigo or violet star, as you can see. And here's the Inquisitive Badger, just outside it at the jump point as you jump in. Now, today, I'm going to go in look of the downed survey ship, the Odysseus, and the SRV that's attached to it. So we need to be looking at Alshat 6B. So Alshat A6B. Now, to save you going around the entire system looking for this particular planet, I've gone to the system map and I've highlighted it there on the screen so you can see exactly where you need to go should you want to go and do this yourself. And it's quite good. It's quite a good little mystery. I'm not going to say too much about it. The logs are included in this video, so there's going to be spoilers. I've had there was no speech attached to them this time in game, so I've gone and done some text to speech. So if you haven't already done so, please do click the subscribe and the like button. This will let you know when I'm putting more videos like this on YouTube. And as you can see, here is the downed survey vessel, the Odysseus, and the location and coordinates are on the screen. So here are the logs.
Nothing left but hope, Log 1. I can't believe we survived the crash just to waste away out here. At least the SRV is operational. We've set the transponder so someone should find the wreck, but we can't wait. We're going to try something. With a little luck we'll find a settlement or relay station.
So, spooky stuff, no? So laying around this area you're going to find some habitation pods that have been retrofitted from cargo pods. You're going to find some materials, salvaged alloys, galvanized alloys, that sort of stuff. But also there's 2 logs and a data point, so make sure you get in there and you scan those as well. And that'll indicate, as you've heard from the first log, a bit of the story. So let's play log number 2.
Nothing left but hope, Log 2. It feels good to be moving again. Not the most comfortable ride we've ever had, but Oldham and Clark have managed to modify the SRV cargo compartment into a cabin using parts from the ship. It kind of reminds me of camping trips with my grandfather. We also managed to boost the comms output, so with a little luck a passing ship might pick up our mayday. We could use a little luck after all that's happened.
So again, they survived the crash, you know, and they're basically stranded. But here's something I didn't notice on the Anaconda model. There's a ship viewing port at the front, and there's a seat in there. I hadn't noticed that before. I mean, I don't tend to get that close to Anacondas. I mean, I've got one myself. I seldom fly it. I always bomb around in the Inquisitive Badger, my old trusty Asp. But yeah, there's a seat down there. Bit of a solitary seat as well, though, but worthwhile pointing out. So like I mentioned, storage tanks, everything retrofitted in the ship to try and survive. Now, they've got a bit fed up of this now, and they've gone to try something else and head towards another beacon. Well, we get to that beacon a little bit later on in this video, so please stick with it. So yeah, make sure you scan that data beacon, and you're going to get some data there, so make sure you got some data space. So, an eerie resting place for this ship. As you approach it though, as you approach this site, you do get a mayday message. Now it is really faint, and you can barely hear it over the hum of your engines as you're approaching this site, so keep an ear out for it. You can't, it's nothing, it's just transmitted from this site, so there's nothing you can really find, and it turns up once or twice as you sort of enter and leave the area, but like I say, you're travelling at speed, and it's quite inaudible, really. So something else to watch out, but a lovely inclusion by Frontier Development in this video of that. You know, there is the mayday message. Now, given some of the crash sites we've seen, not too much to do and see. This one does lead you on a bit of a story, which is really encouraging. And however, there was nothing else that I could find that linked to this particular crash site. So, you know, there was no continuation of the story. It's just sort of left there, left hanging. And there's lots of these ideas, I think, in-game, in the Elite game, that, you know, could it be continued? And Frontier Developments haven't. It's like, you know, yeah, if you find any survivors, take them to this spaceport, get a reward, reunite them with the family. Who knows? So that's pretty much all there is to see and do at this one particular crash site. We're going to head on over now to another crash site. And this crash site is known as Clark's Rest. Now, if you recall from the logs mentioned that 3 set off in the SRV to another beacon. So we're going to head on over now to Clark's Rest. So coordinates on screen now, and it's 26.0226 and minus 29.52. And you'll find a small beacon on top of a hilltop. Now, this would be the resting place of one of the crew members, and let's play his log.
Nothing left but hope 3/5. Clark is dead. Must have had some internal injuries from the crash that he didn't tell us about. Oldham and I buried him on a peak nearby with a nice view. I think he would have appreciated that. He always liked to capture images of the planets we explored. Our supplies were running low, but I still have hope that our distress calls will be picked up. The SRV was never meant to support more than one person. We jury-rigged what we can to make the oxygen filters last longer, but I think we have to face facts. This has to work. It has to.
So that poor old fella, he took a bit more of a hit in the crash than was anticipated and died. So they buried him on top of a hilltop, which was nice. Left this beacon with a recording in his log. A couple of materials around, nothing too astounding though, however, but worthwhile picking up if you've got the space. Now, I brought the ship with me, which is always worthwhile because you can need that additional storage space. But there you go. There it is, Clark's Rest, a damaged escape pod and some materials laying around, so it's always worthwhile picking up poor old Clark from his resting place and then returning him to a station and repatriating him back into civilization. So that's it now for the third log of the doomed ship, the Odysseus. Heading on back now to the ASP, and we're going to try and find the remaining 4 logs, and they're by a beacon. Now you can see the beacon just off that little dot in the distance as we fly towards it. Now here we're going to find an SRV with the remaining crew member. So again, more logs to come. So we're going to play the logs. We're going to take a good old look around it. However, worthwhile noticing, quite a rocky area. I had to park quite a distance and get there via the SRV. So worthwhile to point out there in today's top safety tip, don't try and land on top of that mountain, because for some reason I couldn't. There was no areas that were suitable to put the ASP down on it. So as you can see, a lone beacon. You can just see that, make out the SRV as we approach now in the ship and get a bit closer. You can see there's the SRV. We got a beacon, you got an escape pod and some materials as well laying around. Animation as well on the main mast of that transmitter, so always good to see a little bit of animation within the game and not just a placed model or artifact. So I'm going to go off and park the ship and I'm going to play the log.
Nothing left but hope. SRV log 4. I must have fallen asleep. I didn't mean to, but I'm exhausted. Oldham has gone. He left a message saying he felt like stepping outside for a while. He's been gone hours, and by the looks of it he didn't take any of the food or water with him. What could have possessed him to do this? I'm going to follow his tracks, and with any luck I'll find him alive. I don't want to be alone out here. I found Oldham. He was just sitting there as if he was in a park back home. Then I saw his visor was open. Oh God, what am I going to do?
So there you have it. He stepped outside. Took one for the team. Now, the crash site's got a few materials scattered around. Some HE suits I found. There's the escape pod and the like. Now the logs, obviously you can see the log beacon in the top center of the screen. So scan that one. for log number 4. Log number 5 is actually the SRV itself. Now, no dramas there. And it's a quite good, you know, aspect of a final log. You do have the option of seeing, you know, the SRV up close as well. Of course, I think a lot of us have seen that anyway, as long as if you spent a bit of time in it. But the final log and entry I'm going to play now, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to take a look at what else is on the site.
Nothing left but hope. SRV log 5 final entry. The air is reaching toxic levels. My only chance is the escape pod we recovered from the ship. And to think I laughed at Oldham for strapping that thing to the roof. Now it could be my final resting place. Clark and Oldham are gone. The SRV is dying on me. I don't have any food or water. I have nothing left but hope.
And there you have it. And as I, you know, make my way round the site, I'm going to pick up that escape pod and repatriate the final survivor of the Odysseus as well. Shame they didn't put the little guy sat on a mountaintop somewhere, just sort of slumped there. A bit like Tommy Lee Jones in that that film Space Cowboys, where, you know, he flew that rocket off to the moon, was just sat there looking at the Earth. That would have been a good little touch, I think. You know, but yeah, pick up the materials and, you know, when you can, head on back to your ship. Now, I've also included at the end of this video a few little snapshots that I've taken using the in-game camera towards the end, and they're quite good, and I think they sort of like show their own little story as well. So don't forget, scan those logs. Thanks very much for watching. We're about 12 minutes into this video now. If you're all still with me, then thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching this video, and look out for others. More INRA bases to come. And even the Jameson Cobra as well. So I've been Ricardo, this has been Elite Dangerous. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon. Fly safe.